Welcome back to Vital Signs. If you're just tuning in, you're going to want to catch us on nowmedia.tv. Go to shows, click on Vital Signs, and you can catch this and all other segments there, or you can download our app from iOS and Roku and watch anytime, anywhere. But now, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. We had a lot of fun learning all about survival in our go bag and so many things with Brad, but we're going to dive in to creativity, time, reclaiming parts of ourselves we often put last. I'm joined now in studio by Ga Giddings, a powerhouse professional who not only wrote a novel, Festivals and Trials, but he did it while juggling a demanding career. And the twist? AI helped make it possible. In this segment, we're going to explore how tech can give back time and reignite that creative spark that many of us have put on pause. Welcome to the show, Ga.
Welcome, glad to be here.
Well, we all say, I'd write a book if I had the time, but what if AI gave you that time and made the process less overwhelming, more joyful, and totally doable? Let's start with, what was the impetus behind writing the book with AI?
So, I have a very demanding career. Some days can go 17 hours, multiple days in a row. And so I've written before where I wrote out in a notebook and things like that, and it just seemed real hard to find the time to do this. And so AI seemed like the best solution.
So talk to us about the before. Before AI, what kind of time commitment did it require? What did you experience? What were the big blocks or obstacles really that you faced when you were trying to write?
So it's very low tech. So I had dozens of notebooks I'd just go get from the dollar store or whatever and would scribble out my ideas of the story. And I would take that and type that into a word processor. And so it was taking away from my joy just of creating, of getting the worlds built and things like that. And so with AI, it allowed me to take some of that, the labor out of it, if you will, so I can focus on the thing that I really like to do, which is build worlds.
Create. And so talk to us a little bit about how you leveraged AI to help you organize, edit, or even brainstorm parts of your story.
So it's conversational. It started with fumbling around, what even is this thing? And then learning how to use things like prompt engineering. So if you go in to use something like a ChatGPT or a Grok or something like that, and you just dive right into it, you may get garbled results. So what I found works really well is to tell it, act like a best-selling publisher's editor and give me high-level feedback on character arc. And so when I started to learn to engage with it in that way, I could do very surgical type tasks with it.
Well, it's really interesting because with large language models and like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever that we're using now, it's not the same kind of technology as what we've become accustomed to. It's actually conversational. You can actually press the little voice button and talk to it as if you're talking to me, like another human, and it will do tasks. It'll take that kind of feedback. Has that been a game changer for you?
It has been, because now I don't have to sit down and type. I can click the microphone button, and I can be even across the room doing other things, having a conversation with AI. And so it's taking those notes for me, then I can export them into Scrivener or Notepad or something like that. And so a lot of that work that I'd have to sit down there and focus, I'm able to do multiple things at the same time.
You know, it's really interesting because a lot of professionals were creative. I know when I was in sports medicine, I also enjoy painting and music, but I never quite found the time to do it. So for the professionals out there who are thinking about writing a book, or they want to write a book, or they feel like doing anything creative is actually a luxury that they can't afford, what would you recommend to them from a leveraging AI standpoint to make it more accessible?
So I'd say give it a try. I know, from a creative person's perspective, there might be this mentality of purism, and I don't want this thing. Is it still me if I'm allowing this tool to write for me? But what I found is it is a tool. It is something that you use no different than like your iPhone or something like that to schedule your day or what have you. It's just another mechanism to help you do things more efficiently and effectively.
Yeah, and so let's kind of shift gears just a little bit, and I want to ask you, how did tapping into your creativity affect your sense of well-being and balance even while you're still working full-time?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love what I do in my day job, but I was just also looking for that other outlet to experiment with this creativity thing that I love to do. And so this made that possible. Like I have the long days, but when I have this tool that can do a lot of that work for me, I can do little bits and pieces, when I have in between time, and still feel productive, both in what I'm doing in my career, but also on the side thing that I'm doing.
And so you have an opportunity to bring some joy into your day that you maybe didn't have before.
Yeah, just like if you're in the middle of your day, you might get up and stretch from your desk and do some exercises or things like that, and that's the one thing you can do. This is just another way, just a creative outlet.
Okay, so talk to me before AI, when you weren't really leveraging this creative outlet, when you were in the gauntlet, because you're still working, sometimes 17-hour days, etc. That hasn't changed. But talk to me about the difference and what the work-life balance felt like before you were actually reconnecting with your creativity and your hobbies, if you will, versus now.
Yep. So I think what's different is then it was scheduling time in the weekends or way late in the evenings and trying to do things more linearly. Like, this is the time for work. This is the time to work on my creative project. Now, all of that is kind of merging together. So I don't feel as much now that I have to wear this one hat right now and then this other hat another time. All of that is blended together. And so for me, it has enhanced a sense of well-being for sure.
And so I'm going to have another question for you, because if people are like, yeah, this sounds great, but I'm thinking about this, I'm on the floor, I'm a nurse, I'm a caregiver, I'm running. So the only real time I have is when I'm, on lunch or something like that. But how important is it to take the time, even when you have an exceptionally busy career, a busy home life? How important is it to take the time for your own self and hobbies and that one thing that's for you?
It's critical, and yeah, in different roles, that amount of time you can allow yourself may be shorter, say, but you could take even 2 minutes just to do a breath exercise, or in this case, if you're a creative person, maybe you have like your headphones in and you're walking from one door down the hall to another and you're just having a quick little, hey, take this note and we'll talk about this later kind of thing. So it's further compartmentalizing your time in segments that work for you.
Well, and I really like this, because if you're watching this, these are tools you can use in your day job and in your work life, as well as in your hobbies and your outside of work. Because now, for example, with chat, you can literally have the phone, and I do this when I'm in the car. I have to drive places, like drive to clients or whatnot, and I'll just hit that voice and I'll literally just talk the ideas that I'm having, and it's recording it, and I'll ask it what it is that I need, or if I need a clarification, or I wanted to put it into an email or whatever. It can literally formulate that while I'm doing something else. So it's really interesting how many things can get done in the time that we used to be sort of latent or waiting. Or if I'm, for example, in a meeting that I don't have to be active in, I can literally be on the side kind of jotting those down in the interim spaces when it's not my role. And so I think that's where really we're finding more time, more efficiency during our workday, so that we can get done faster what we need to do during the day and have more leisure time. So GA, we are going to have to break in just a minute, but if people have a story inside them and they feel like they don't have time to tell it, what would your advice to them be?
Stream of consciousness this into the AI. So what does that mean? Go find one that you like, a ChatGPT or a Grok, and just experiment with it. It has a microphone button, and just start talking and see what happens when it comes back. Take the notes and just keep exploring and stay curious.
And let's go one step further. For people who feel like they have something but they're not sure how to write, how can you leverage LLM to help you with the formatting and with what you need to know in order to write?
Yeah, I think it's asking open-ended questions. So if you have a writer's block or something going on, maybe ask, hey, I'm experiencing this right now. Can you help give me some exercises you'd recommend that maybe you see others doing that would help me in this situation. And what the beauty of that is, it will go out and search, all the things that are out there for you and bring that information back so you have it at your fingertips very quickly.
So I would love for you to share with those who are watching, what is the title of your book, and how can they look you up so that they can sort of follow your journey?
Oh, for sure. Festivalsandtrials.com, and just scroll to the bottom and buy the book. And you can also reach out to me on social media. The links are on the website.
Fantastic. So festivalsandtrials.com, it's a really interesting book. And incidentally, what is your book about?
It's about Earth no longer being home, and it's a consciousness prison where the main character, Saishe, is the only hope to bring the humanity back to what it was before, which was celebrations, festivals.
That's fantastic. So we do have to take a brief break, but you're going to want to stick around, because after the break, we're going to dive deep into how do we build balance and joy into our day. But for now, stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages.